Hey guys, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here, and as you can see in the thumbnail, I'm going to shred this fucking movie apart, because this movie has to be some of the worst movies, one of the worst movies I've ever watched, if not the worst. I've never seen a movie this garbage in my life, okay? This movie in case you haven't noticed, I'm going to talk about 50 Shades of Grey today. And, I don't know the director's name. I know the director's name. I don't know the director. I don't think the director had directed anything all that big in the past. And in the year 2015, she came out with this movie, which apparently is an adaptation of a novel, which is based off of a fan fiction of Twilight. You have to be fucking kidding me. Twilight? Twilight's already one of the worst romance stories in the world ever written and created. And this movie started off as a fan fiction of Twilight. It's like if a piece of shit took another piece of shit. This is 50 Shades of Grey. Because after watching this movie, I have no idea how the hell am I gonna make a review without ranting and how bad this movie is. I really didn't expect it to be this bad, but it's really this bad. And of course, you have movies like Birdemic, Shock and Terror, and the Neil Breen movies, which are like way more terrible than this movie when it comes to production, but at least those movies are so bad it's good. It's actually laughably good. It's actually funny because it's so bad. But for movies like 50 Shades of Grey, it's so bad yet it's not funny, not in a laughable way. That's why I'm so frustrated with the movie. So the plot basically surrounds two characters, one played by Jamie Dornan as this rich, cold-blooded psycho douchebag, Christian Grey, and Dakota Johnson playing this really cute innocent girl whose name is Anastasia Steele, but she goes by Anna. And one day they met and they fell for one another and they started having sex, and that's the whole movie. 2 hours. 2 hours of this shit. So, okay, literally, the first line of the movie is, "Oh yeah, my phone has GPS, and I got 4 points in GPA." The first line of the movie is a pun. It's almost a pun, but not exactly. And immediately after the first line, I kind of have an idea what I have signed up for when I clicked onto watching this movie. And then we have the first meeting between Anna and Christian Grey. And of course, we get an epic entrance for Anna where she literally falls face flat onto the floor inside Christian Grey's office. So epic. And the funny thing is, nobody pushed her. She just fell onto the ground in the first second she saw Christian Grey, because apparently Christian is such a cool, rich, handsome guy. She must fall onto the ground because she's kind of clumsy and dumb and cute and innocent, and she must fall down because Christian Grey is like a master. Yeah, whatever. And then of course, they fell in love after like 7, 8 pointless scenes. We get this random scene where they were just walking on the streets, and suddenly this bicycle came flying out of nowhere from the right. And for some reason, Anna almost crashed into the bicycle. And of course, Christian Grey caught her, and they suddenly looked at each other and they fell for each other. They just fell in love because of that, which is of course incredibly cliche. And when a random bicycle came flying out of nowhere, it's even more cliche. And of course, we have the sex scenes. There are out of the entire movie, there are 3 or maybe 4 sex scenes, and the rest of the movie is basically boring, pointless bullshit. And then we have the sex scenes, which are also boring bullshit. Like, I'm honestly impressed. It's really difficult to make sex scenes boring. So to be able to make sex scenes boring, it's actually a pretty impressive feat. Not gonna lie. I mean, we have the first sex scene, and actually, for all of the sex scenes in the movie, the editing just gets super choppy. There are all these super impositions. The camera work is really messy, and then we get this shitty music playing in the back. Like, dude, it's a sex scene. You don't have to edit the sex scene and turn it into a friggin' music video for it to be entertaining. Now it only looks like boring, melodramatic bullshit. That's what it looks like. There's even a sex scene between Anna and Grey, and oh gosh, like Christian Grey, he picked up an ice cube and put it onto Anna, and that's the sex scene. And Anna was like, oh, there's an ice cube on my body. That's so hot. Oh, ice cube. I'm so turned on by a friggin' ice cube. Dude, it's an ice cube and nothing happened. There's an ice cube on her skin. What's so hot about that? I'm just imagining like fans of the movie just watching and being turned on by a friggin' ice cube. Like one, not even like a full ice bucket, just one ice cube, and they go, "Wow, so sexy." Christian Grey just put an ice cube on Anna. Anyway, and then we have the bondage scenes with the ropes and all. And, I've never really seen, and I'm not really interested in, like, BDSM and bondage and shit like that. But, I can tell that in the movie, the director and whoever is responsible hadn't done enough research, because for those bondage scenes in this movie, they're actually just sex scenes with like some ropes involved, like tying the hands or whatever, and that's it. And again, I'm no expert, but I think in real life, bondage involves more ropes than that. Anyways, at the end of the movie, towards the end of the movie, Anna suddenly woke up from like, I don't know, a state of trance, and suddenly said, "Oh, Christian Grey, why you hurt me? Why you hurt me?" Like, dude, it's already been 1.5 or I think 1 hours and 45 minutes into the movie, and suddenly Anna's like, why you hurt me? And then Christian Grey was like, "Cause I'm 50 Shades of fucked up." And then Christian Grey was like, I'm gonna punish you. I'm gonna punish you. And Anna was like, and Anna suddenly did a 180 degree and was like, "Show me, punish me." And the climax of the movie is literally Christian Grey whipping Anna, which is not enjoyable. I really don't see the enjoyment between two of the parties. It's like it looks like Christian Grey's just pissed off, and it looks like Anna's having a terrible time. It what I mean, what's even the moral of the story? What's even the point of the climax? Whipping women is cool. Like, I don't want to get too SJW over this shit, but if the ultimate meaning of the movie is whipping women is cool, the fans of this movie are 50 Shades of fucked up. And yeah, for the ending of the movie, it really ends off sloppily and awkwardly with Anna sort of leaving in an elevator, and Christian Grey was like outside the elevator, and they were like looking each other and stuff, and they said each other's names, and end credits. I mean, yeah, of course, I've seen a handful of terrible movies in my time being alive. But I don't think I've ever seen a movie fail so much and so hard. This movie is just, it's a spectacular failure, and not even a laughable failure. Unlike Birdemic and Neil Breen or the classic The Room, this is just such a failure. The production is just okay, just so at best. The camera work is friggin' annoying. The editing's annoying, sometimes even boring. The music is shitty. The acting is crappy. I mean, Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan, they have potential. They could have been great actors, but they were given these shitty roles in such a shitty script. Their talents are just totally wasted in this movie. And the script is the worst thing about this movie. The dialogues, they're mostly cringy, rudimentary, makes no sense, and the whole movie is a snore fest. They managed to make sex boring. Just think about that. That alone already makes this movie one of the most boring, nonsensical movies of the decade, and also one of the worst movies of the decade, if not the worst. So yeah, I just have to give this movie a 0 out of 10. A 0. Fucking goose egg. Uh So, have you watched 50 Shades of Grey? From 1 to 10, how much did you rate it? Like if you like it, hate if you hate it, and subscribe if you want more. And thanks for watching. Also, I have some other movies that I haven't reviewed, and I don't know if I could review them. But it would be Prisoners, Amour, The Tree of Life, Io Sono l'Amore, Jumanji: The Next Level, which is a movie that I'm apparently watching tonight with my cousins, and The Lighthouse. I also really want to watch Black Swan, and yeah.